What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 239. I don't know what my settings got messed up in our restream thing, so it didn't automatically switch over. So I
had 10 seconds of silence, and then
yeah, hey, that's what editing does.
Mhm.
But yeah, welcome back to the show, everyone. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, doing better this week.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a bunch of games to talk about. Some news stuff. We had a Nintendo Direct, or no, we had Nintendo information last week from the financial reporting and the interviews, and then I guess we did have a Direct today. Not quite what we want, and Nintendo's kind of trolling us a little bit, but
They really have been.
But yeah, we'll talk about the Donkey Kong Direct here in a little bit. But yeah, Nick, how's your weekend been? How's your week been?
Week was pretty bad. Unrelated to like any like a political or election stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a rough week, but the weekend was good, and it was good to see everybody for my birthday on Sunday. It was good to come home and see family and be with everybody. So that was a ton of fun. Yeah. So we're on the up and up.
It's good.
How's your week? How you doing?
It was good. I mean, pretty standard. I don't know, standard week at this point. I don't know. Like, and I still work from home, so I try not to complain about work too much, just because I feel like I don't know. I have no right to complain, if that makes sense, because I'm at home. But sometimes, it's work can be a little bit stressful, and more stressful than it has any right to be. But yeah. Good week. Pretty solid weekend. Didn't play as much as I wanted to this weekend. But Saturday I was taking my son to our local trampoline park and getting ready to hop into the truck, and there's a flat tire. I'm like, awesome. Like fully flat. Like there was no
What, did you run over? Did you run over something
Yeah, I looked to the tire, and there was a big old nail sticking out of it. So I was like, damn. So I was like, I know how to change the tire. I was like, I haven't changed the truck before, so this is going to be a fun experience. Got all the tools to get it. Got the jack ready. Went underneath the truck, because the spare is underneath. Like, you have to go underneath the truck, and then it's kind of up in there.
Yeah.
Completely dry rotted. It was the original spare from 2006/7.
Oh my god!
So it was a no-go. I was taking it off, and it was all rusty, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna get this thing off, and then it's just gonna be a waste of time. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I ended up calling AAA, and they towed the truck to like a local tire spot and got us right. So all in all, it was like 2 hours, so not a huge deal from the time I called AAA to actually leaving the parking lot. So got back, took Kellen to the trampoline park, because he was pretty devastated that we couldn't go. Yeah, and then just made some wings and stuff like that. It was a good time.
Nice. All right, Harrison. Before we get into what we've been playing, I got Pokemon TCG loaded up. I got my pack ready to open. Let's open it live.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it blind like this.
Okay.
Wait. All right. Let's see if we can find any bent corners going around. You tell me.
That's a thing as well.
I mean, the bent corners exist. I don't know if it means that the cards are going to be good or not.
Because they do have the cards that are flipped around too.
Yeah.
Which I guess they give you a higher rate. I'm not really sure.
It's like the same kind of schoolyard stuff that like when you played like Red and Blue as a kid. It's like all the
you hold down B and it's like a guaranteed catch or something, or like increases your chance to catch. Yeah, love that stuff.
All right, we'll just do this one. Let's see if I can do a little.
Nice, perfect slice.
Okay,
Okay, little gold duck.
gold duck.
Oh,
Coughing, nice. That's new. I have like 50 of these guys. Okay, not great. No, that's all
not
right.
great.
That's all right.
Hey,
For the audio listeners, I got a gold duck, coughing, Globopus, Grimer, and a Graplocked. So,
let's
not a bunch of
dive
winners.
into this game, because we didn't talk about it last week on the pod. I think we talked about it briefly after we ended. You and I did, but we didn't actually talk about it on the podcast itself. So, dude, this game is kind of controlling my life right now. Like it's like it's hooking me in the ways that
You're
like
on the
Marvel
schedule.
Snap did,
Yeah.
Hearthstone did. Something about card games, man. Just the quick card games are just so fun. I know the Pokemon formula is not new in any way, but I think this idea of opening up packs virtually is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I've been playing a lot of the Versus too, which I rarely like. I've barely played like the Pokemon card game. Like I've definitely collected it and tried to collect all the Pokemon cards, but I rarely actually played. Which, looking back, I'm like, man, I wish I did, because it's a lot of fun. Granted, I'm on a phone, and you don't have to set up everything and have all the all the counters and stuff like that. So it's a lot more manageable and easy to play, but still it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I heard it's a lot more streamlined. Like the decks in this game are 20 cards. I think in like the actual TCG game, it's like 50 card decks, and most of that is made up of energy cards, right? So you have to like draw those, and that kind of like that can kind of take the fun out of it. Whereas in the mobile game, you generate an energy every turn, right? So like you're always drawing useful cards to an extent.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot more fun, I think. But it's
sure.
It's a good time. I think I've collected like 550 cards.
Yeah.
I have like 180 cards registered, or 180 unique like cards are registered to the deck.
For the decks, yeah.
Every single day on my walks with my dog Snacks, I'll either play some rounds or I'll just open some packs on the walk. It's perfect, man. It's such a good game. It really does remind me of Marvel Snap.
Yeah, Marvel Snap. I mean, like stuff like Pokemon Go, or just just really fun, quick experiences that can kind of take the mundane tasks, make them a little bit better when you have stuff like that. Like when you're pooping. I mean, the perfect pooping game. I mean, it's just
it really is.
Like I think it was the other day. I think it was Saturday, maybe. I don't know. My legs starting to get a little cramped up because I was on there a little too long.
The legs go numb a little bit, and then you
legs go numb. Poop starts to crust. I mean, it's time to get up.
But I've been thinking about like this game a lot, and especially Marvel Snap too. I would love for Nintendo to have like a Smash Bros type card game. I mean, not like Smash in the sense of like the gameplay, but bringing all their characters into a card game, kind of like Marvel Snap, where you're like collecting these characters, and you have these quick matches, and you have like different variants of Link that like have different abilities and all that kind of stuff. And then you could like phase in, seasons surrounding like Kirby or surrounding like Metroid, like phasing in like those types of cards. Like,
that's brilliant. Dude, I would love that. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they can come up with something really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, just something simple like Marvel Snap. I mean, I don't know if they're going to copy that same gameplay necessarily, but something simple, something quick. Matches are 5 minutes or less, 20, 15 minutes less, whatever the case is. But yeah, that's a good idea.
I think they're kind of like missing that market right now. Like, of course they have Pokemon TCGP, but I hope we see something like that on the Switch too, and not even on the Switch itself, but as a mobile game would be so cool to have that. Like I would be instantly in on whatever battle pass they want to do with that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's like I hate battle passes, but when it's a card game, I'll take it all day long.
Seriously, man, I love a card game battle pass. It's something else, man. I mean, this TCG like doesn't really have a battle pass. It has a premium subscription service.
What's up, BC Wolf?
You can what's up, BC Wolf? You can open another pack per day, so you can open a total of 3 per day. And then there are like challenges specific to that premium pass, but there's that part of this game isn't super exciting to me. And you and I are both doing that like free 2-week trial.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll continue that. I think I'm fine opening the 2 packs and then, occasionally splurging on,
yeah,
paying $10 and opening up, 10 packs at once.
That's like Kellen, my son. He's been loving it, doing it with me. But he's to the point now where he's like, all right, he's like, just go to the shop and just get some coins, get some gold coins so we can open up these packs faster.
Let's get this rolling,
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's a dangerous path, but I kind of want to jump on board with it. But yeah, I've been enjoying opening that stuff with him. Yeah, it's just satisfying, man. Like the haptic feedback on the iPhone with open up the pack, and then it's just
the haptics are great.
It's a lot of fun.
You were telling me before the show, but what's your go-to deck right now?
Yeah, so I was initially started out with a water deck, and I was just kind of getting rolled because there's so many water weaknesses out there. So I switched over to Psychic. So I'm rocking. We're talking about the Pokemon TCG Pocket game on the iPhone. I think it's on Android too. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm rocking a Psychic deck. Mewtwo. I've got Mewtwo EX, which is like my main goal. And then I've got like another version of Mewtwo. But the strategy is I use Ralts and then evolve all the way up to Gardevoir. And her ability is you can once per turn, as long as there is an active Pokemon, a Psychic Pokemon that's active, like in the battle position, you get to add an extra Psychic, what was it, energy to that Pokemon. So you essentially can get 2, with just having her on the bench. And there's other cards you can use that you can get more energy, I think, for Psychic. I'm not 100% sure. But that's been my strategy because it takes 4 in order to Mewtwo to use his like huge move. And also kind of the caveat with it is when you use it, it takes away 2 energy from it because the move is so powerful. But
that's like
use it. Okay. Yeah. So you use it and then next turn you can use it again because you get 2 energy every turn. So that's been kind of like the end game and getting up into that point, and it's a lot of fun. So
that's pretty clutch.
So yeah, I've been turning. I was losing a lot, still having fun, but once I switched to that strategy, I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
You were cooking.
Yeah,
nice. I don't have like a main deck right now. I am really liking the Pikachu X card and building a deck around that one. I don't know if you've.
Is that the one with like the more Pokemon you have on your bench, the more damage it does?
Yeah, if you have benched lightning Pokemon, you do 30 extra damage, or does 30 damage per each of your bench Pokemon. So you can do a total of 90. If there's weakness, obviously you can do more. But that one's good because it only requires 2 energy to attack. So if you get it out pretty quick, you can start doing some big damage early on, and then later on in the game switch out for some Raichu or something else, or some other lightning Pokemon. But there's a lot of cool strategy here. It's an interesting game. I really like it.
Yeah, and it's so like, and I guess that's what's cool about all these card games is they're all, I mean, between Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, they're all pretty different. Mm-hmm. Like just because you know how to play Pokemon doesn't mean, I know this is thing that's been going on for 20 plus years. So, but you know how to play Pokemon, you don't necessarily know how to play, Magic or something like that. So I think that's cool. They're still, again, I know Pokemon is very old and this is not anything really new, but it keeps it unique, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. This did prompt me to download Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel The also on the
Yeah.
App Store. I have not played it yet.
Okay.
But I was looking at like Switch game, like Yu-Gi-Oh Switch games, and I know there's like a collection coming in like 2025 for like the older Yu-Gi-Oh games. I might pick that up when it comes out, but man, it got me itching to play some Yu-Gi-Oh as well. It's like, man,
Yu-Gi-Oh was good, man.
Yu-Gi-Oh was good. Magic was great. Loved them all.
Yeah, they're all fun. But yeah, that game is super great. I'll probably be playing it for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else? I mean, I've just been I've kind of slowed down on Call of Duty a little bit. You know, I ended up prestiging last week, and it's hard. I say this all the time. It's hard for me to talk about Call of Duty because I just haven't played them in the last like 10 years or so. So I don't know what's necessarily new. But for me, obviously referring back to like Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 and 3, going prestige didn't really net you anything great. Like you just got the emblem and that was it. At least on this one, you get like new skins and some other perks and stuff like that. So I've appreciated that part of prestiging. And it was kind of a no-brainer. I mean, you don't level up anymore. And when you can prestige, you get like tokens that you can go ahead and immediately lock a gun that you really want to use. So you don't have to necessarily level up to level 45 to get whatever gun you're looking for. So that way you can kind of knock out the challenges, which I think that is really cool. I haven't played any more of the single player. I still got to go back and play some more of that. So I'm excited. I think the 14th is when the season officially starts. So we're getting a handful of new maps, which is good because some of the maps I don't like too much. They're getting a little bit stale. So happy the new maps are coming, new weapons, stuff like that. So pretty excited for the new season.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I didn't play any last week. Not because I've fallen off of the game or anything, but just didn't play a lot last week. But I'm excited to get back into it with the season. I do at least want a prestige. Yeah. At least level 1. I think I'm like level 45, 46.
You're pretty close.
I'm pretty close. Yeah, I mean, I like it. We talked about this last week, but it's super sweaty. Like the skill-based matchmaking, like makes every game feel very intense when that's not necessarily what you want all the time.
Yeah.
I understand it, but maybe turn it off, everyone. Maybe just turn it off for a month, see how that goes. I get you. It's all about the algorithm, right? You want to keep people engaged when they're playing poorly. You give them a good game. When they're playing well, you give them a challenging game. So it's all part of the system, right? It's all feeding you what you need at that moment. But
I want to go 30-5 every game, though, Nick.
30-5 every game, dude. I want people to just literally stand there and just let me try to quick scope them, you know?
Yeah. Just do ridiculous 360 quick scopes. Yeah, it's still a lot of fun though. I'm very excited for the new season. So yeah. And then just briefly, then I'll let you finish what you're talking about. Played some more Silent Hill 2. I'm to the prison now. So I've just started the prison. I'll probably play some more tonight after I get done editing the show. But just continued to be extremely impressed by this game.
Yeah.
It can definitely be. Slow burn this one. I am. Yeah. I'm in that weird, I'm still in that weird phase, I guess, just with. And to be honest, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. Like, if I've got like 30 or 40 minutes to kill, I don't necessarily want to boot up Silent Hill because I feel like I need to invest a few hours into that each time. So sometimes it's just like that with like multiplayer games. It's like you don't have a lot of time to invest, but then you end up spending like 2 hours anyways playing.
Right.
So it's just one of those things. But yeah, am I pretty close? I mean, to being finished?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you're probably 3 or 4 hours left.
Okay.
Just depending on how fast you go through it. The prison isn't that long. it's maybe like an hour
Okay.
total, and then you have like I think there's 2 more smaller areas.
Does it do the
to
whole
get-
swap thing with like the other world in this one?
Not with the prison.
Okay.
That one doesn't have an other world.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the prison was...
this it's gonna be tough this year, man. Like for game of the year stuff, because I love Black Myth. Stellar Blade, man, I really like Stellar Blade a lot. Like and especially the DLC is coming out, I think, next week on the 20th. So I'll definitely be diving into the near stuff just to see what that is. But yeah, that game's really good. Yeah, it was a good year. Prince of Persia was so good. I still gotta finish that DLC. I still gotta do the Owlboy DLC as well. I got a lot of stuff to play, man.
Yeah, a lot of DLCs.
But I don't think. I mean, Dragon Age or Dragon Quest 3, I'm extremely curious about. I want to see how the reviews do for that. But I think that may be my last purchase of the year, potentially, unless I get some stuff on Black Friday.
Yeah, because Stalker 2 is coming out. That's on Game Pass.
I'll try it. Yeah, Indiana Jones. Yep. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but that one's on. Yeah, at least on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I mean, unless something like Shadow drops this year, it's probably going to be my last purchase. I'm not going to say the game. Silk Song. I'm not going to say it.
That game's done. It's done, as in it's never coming out.
So there is a leaker that has gotten like the past like 4 things right. And yesterday they I think it was yesterday morning or Saturday or something, they like leaked the Nintendo Direct, and they kind of like leaked it was like a picture of Link.
Is that the Wind Waker thing that people are talking about?
No, and it had like spider webs in the background, so it wasn't related to Zelda. People were saying it was related to Silk Song because the Silkable web and then this song. So that leaker said that stuff would be coming this winter, and the Direct already aired. So one of the two has already come true out of that post.
Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
A long-winded way of saying Silk Song could be coming.
I mean, it's one of those games where you don't need months of marketing. You could just literally say it's out, and everybody in the internet is going to break to play it.
Yeah. That's true. I hope it comes out, and I hope it's good. I hope it's not a sports story situation.
Where would you play it? Would you play it on Xbox because it's on Game Pass, or would you?
I'd still play it on Switch.
Still play it on Switch. I mean, the first one ran really well.
Yeah, it ran great on Switch. I just it feels at home, like on a handheld.
Yeah.
It'll be hard to, not hard, but like, I feel like I'd have more time playing handheld than I would sitting down in front of a TV and booting it up. Of course, this is all hypothetical, but
of course. Did they say when the Direct was supposed to be happening, or that it just?
No, they said they were both coming soon. So.
All right, whatever. I don't believe it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of these damn Directs.
These damn Directs and these damn rumors and these leaks.
Yeah. I saw some stuff about Wind Waker, like remaster coming. I'm like, we're still on this, man. Like, come on. Like, what are we?
You gotta let that one go. Like, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, those will come when the Switch 2 is out. It'll be fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, do we need? Like, we don't need them right now. Like, Nintendo had 11 games come out this year. Like, let it breathe a little bit.
Exactly. So yeah, Silent Hill 2 is good. What else you been playing?
I finished Black Myth. I know we talked about this yesterday, but Harrison, I know last week on the podcast
I was a little downsies on it.
I was a little downsies on it. I really did not like chapter 6, and I stand by that. I don't think it was a good chapter.
Yeah.
But after I got to the final boss, I was stuck on him, I was level 80. So
Yeah,
I was
you were pretty
low level.
underleveled.
I was pretty underleveled. So I went back to chapter 5 and I did like that secret area first.
Yeah.
And I got up to like level 85. And then I looked up. I was like, what's a good grinding spot?
Yeah.
And there's a really good place in chapter 4. It's like the webbed ridge. And you can
Okay.
go there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did that, but you go there, you use like your fire guy's explosive ability, and you explode and you kill like 20 cocoons around you.
Yeah,
And
I did that. Yeah.
okay, yeah,
I know
and
you're
I
talking
did
about.
that. I did that until I got to level 100. So I
Damn.
was
Okay.
grinding. I mean, it only took like 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then I
Good sesh. Good grind sesh.
good sesh, yeah. Actually, I got up to 90 first, and then I went to the chapter 3 secret boss. So I went to like the whatever, like the final secret boss. And
Yeah.
I tried fighting him like 10 times, and I was getting pretty close. I could see the path, right? I could see the
Yeah.
light. But I needed those extra levels. So I went up and leveled to level 100, and then like 5 tries later, I switched around my build a little bit, moved over to the Ring of Fire. That helped a lot. And
Yeah.
then simultaneously I just got good, and I learned the patterns, man. Learned the attacks. And I finally beat him. And I got to like the next portion of that fight, beat those guys, and then got to the final portion of the fight, lost there. I was just getting bullied for whatever reason. I think it was just worn out.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, am I gonna have to redo this entire fight? And luckily, it spawns you right at the beginning of the third fight, so everything was good.
This game with its multi-stage boss fights does a really good job with
It does.
like, yeah. I
like some of
definitely
them,
appreciate it.
some of them are multi-phase, and you start at the very beginning, but I feel like those are a little bit easier. So it works out. And then after that, feeling real confident, right? Feeling real good. So I went to the I guess the real final boss, whatever, and beat him within like 3 tries.
Hell yeah.
So I was cooking, nice. Man. So I went out on a really high note. I think it wasn't super high on the the last couple of chapters last week, but revisiting them with a fresh set of eyes, I really enjoy them. Chapter 6 still sucks. I'll stand by that one, but I think I was a little harsh on
you hated it more than I did, because I mean, other than like the deer boss fight, I kind of liked it, but also like I mean, just I guess I just enjoyed exploring, even though there's not really much to do. It was just kind of relaxing, kind of like I was sweaty this entire game, and then kind of lets you relax a little bit for.
I don't know. Maybe I played that one on a bad day, because like I was just not having fun when I went in to continue playing. It was after the weekend where like I finished Silent Hill 2 and was playing a lot of Call of Duty, so I was having a lot of fun with those 2 games. And then I went back to this one, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, because once I understood what the end game was, like collecting all the armor pieces, I was like, oh, this is really cool and relaxing. And then, but then I was like, this area feels a little bit half baked. Like I can see what they're trying to do here, but also like I was having a really fun time just flying around on the Nimbus cloud. So I mean, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I think I was just getting frustrated with where to go, and where I could and couldn't go.
Yeah, it's not super. Yeah,
not super
I understand. Yeah, it's not super clear where you're supposed to
But
go.
that being said, it had one of the best fights with that the praying mantis fight.
That was such a good fight. I loved it.
That was cool. Yeah, that one, the secret final boss was a really well done fight. Like that one was extremely hard, but fair in my opinion. Like all the mistakes were my own mistakes, right? It wasn't the game working against me. It was fantastic game. Like this is, for sure a top 10, probably a top 5. Who knows? Who knows how high I can go? I kind of want to go back because I didn't fight the Luong guys.
Oh my gosh, you didn't do that side mission?
No, I didn't even know, because like I didn't go back to chapter 1 after I finished.
Yeah,
you have to go back there.
The yellow loon, that's the final one you fight. He's pretty up there with one of the toughest fights in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's tougher than like Erlang, but he's up there. He might be tougher. I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, it's a one phase fight, so it's pretty fast, but he is so fast as well. Mm-hmm. So it's
yeah. I kind of want to. I don't know if like could I reload my save, or do I have to go straight into New Game Plus? I can't remember.
Honestly, I'm not sure. No, I think you can, because I think I did that whenever I went back and I wanted to clear up some of the like, cause you have like the Monsterpedia thing, whatever that shit gives you the details of all the monsters you fight. So I think I went back and did that, but I could be wrong. But I think you can.
The only thing I was confused on at the end of the game when you get this ability is like when you have the 4 focus points that you can build up. I was kind of confused on when you can and cannot do like the big swing with like the long spear or the long thing. You know what I'm talking about?
So I think you can. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, because I know like there's a part in the final boss fight where he takes the staff away from you, so you no longer can use it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, because I was using it in the first phase and I couldn't use it in the second phase.
Yeah. So he takes it away from you.
I watched that cutscene once, and then I of course skipped it every other time after that, so I probably forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because I would cheese the first round of that.
Oh yeah, super easy the first raise.
Yeah. You just have to like get lucky and have him not dodge you when you charge up your thing and use it. Yeah, but this game's great.
It's really good. It's really good. I can't wait for whatever DLC they decide to do, because we know there's an expansion coming. Also, I think the physical comes out next month, I think. So hopefully they get it out there pretty soon. Probably early next year, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll see. What else you been playing?
Lastly, and I am late to the party on this one. This is like a game from 2016, 2017. But it was discounted down to $5 on the Switch, so I picked it up. But it's called Owlboy, and it's like a 2D action adventure platformer game where you play as an owl, and kind of like the gameplay mechanic is you're carrying people that shoot weapons, right? So it's kind of like it feels like a twin stick shoot, like a 2D side-scrolling twin stick shooter with puzzle elements and like just like your normal like 2D adventure type stuff. But it's really great. I'm really loving it. I'm like a few hours in so far, and the story's pretty excellent so far. I'd recommend it. It's normally $25. It's 80% off right now.
Okay.
And it's a pretty highly rated game. I think it's like 88 average on Metacritic, so it's pretty good. If you're looking for like a 2D adventure game that has some like pretty good combat in it and pretty good puzzles as well, I would check this out. It's cool.
Cool.
But that's all I've been playing. That's pretty much it.
Sweet. All right. Well, let's dive over into the news. Not a lot going on, but this is kind of the time of the year where things start to slow down, because we got the Game Awards coming up next month, which some people did speculate that maybe Nintendo reveals the Switch 2 at the Game Awards. I don't think
there's an audience there.
Yeah, they don't necessarily need to do it, but like, I mean, that's that's a pretty highly viewed show. So I mean,
it's a big platform.
Xbox did it, back in 2019.
Oh, right? Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So, it's not unheard of that a console gets announced there. So, I mean, that could be possible. But we'll end with the Nintendo stuff. So, Spyro Reunited Trilogy is coming to Game Pass. Xbox teased it earlier this morning, and then officially unveiled it. This game's on sale all the time. So, I mean, if you probably wanted to play it already, you probably have. But if you haven't, this game is excellent. This is such a good remaster of all three of the original games. I highly recommend it. Please play it so we can get a new Spyro game. I think that we definitely need, with stuff like Astrobot coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the old 3D platformers.
I'm surprised this hasn't happened yet. I mean, didn't this game do well? Like I thought it sold really well.
It did, yeah. It sold pretty well. So I think it sold like 10 million copies.
And I'm asking that knowing full well that it's Activision / Xbox. So
yeah,
I know my answer for why it hasn't happened, but this seems like a no-brainer. I mean,
yeah, over 10 million across all the platforms.
That's really good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. So yeah, I would love I would absolutely love a new Spyro game. But this one's really good. It's all three of the original games. Who developed it? It was
Toys for Bob.
No, well that they did it. They did the remaster. It was oh gosh, Insomniac. They did the original trilogy. That made Spider-Man. So
yeah.
So obviously, yeah, they know how to make games, and this one's very, very good. Nintendo yesterday tweeted out that a Nintendo Direct was happening, but it's for the Donkey Kong expansion coming to the Japan Nintendo World theme park, it's also going to launch or be available at Orlando later on next year. But this is opening up December 11th or 10th, maybe.
Yeah, I think December 11th.
So pretty soon. It looks awesome.
It looks really cool. I mean, yeah, I skimmed through the presentation. Animatronic stuff is cool. The like little games are cool. The Donkey Kong ride looks pretty fun. They didn't show much of it, but yeah,
they're gonna do it in a way where it looks like it's gonna leave the train track and like you're flying, just kind of represent the games. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait. It's with the opening up next year. I think in May of next year, in Florida. Can't wait to try it out. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for it.
Yeah, would definitely be down to go next year after it opens. It looks super cool. I mean, I'm not a huge theme park guy, but going to a Nintendo theme park would be.
But we've never. I mean, I like Disney, but like I'm not a hardcore Disney person,
right?
So I think having, obviously we're pretty passionate about video games and especially Nintendo and Mario and stuff. Like being able to see that in person would be awesome. And then eventually, I mean, we already know Zelda's going to be coming. Like that's going to be insane. Like a Metroid one would be insane. So many possibilities.
I don't think Metroid would happen before like. I don't know what would happen after Zelda. What would like be like the next like
Kirby? Maybe Kirby's pretty popular.
Kirby
or Pikmin. Like I know that they've been kind of sprinkling Pikmin stuff in the parks.
Yeah.
So I mean, Pikmin could be really cool. I don't know exactly what they would do, but that could be cool.
Yeah. I don't know what else. Yeah, I feel like they'll do some sort of like Splatoon thing over in Japan. I don't know if that would land as well here, but I would love to see like some sort of Metroid.
That'd be
theme park. Yeah.
And I guess they want to, if they're gonna do it, they want to be like a full on expansion to the park. So I don't see, something like Orlando Studios where they have a bunch of different, IPs or whatever in the same park. I don't know if they would just have like one roller coaster ride for Samus or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if they would,
but that'd be cool.
We can dream. We can dream. All right,
Nick. Let's dive into some of our favorite times of the year with the financials. It's super nerdy, but it's always fun.
We like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start off with software sales. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom launched on September 26th, so just 4 days before the quarter ended. but it has sold 2.58 million units.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. I think it will not hit 5 million. I think the sales will drop off pretty hard. I think they probably already have.
Yeah, because those who wanted the game obviously got the game.
Yeah, and I don't know like how well this game will do during the holiday. It doesn't seem like one of those like huge holiday sellers like a Mario Party or like Mario Kart 8 or any other Mario game. That being said, I hope it does well. I mean, again, you and I both have our thoughts on Echoes of Wisdom. I would love to see Grezzo take another stab at a Zelda game, at a 2D Zelda game, and maybe be a bit more traditional with it. Glad they took a stab at it and went this path, but would love to see them do something a bit more traditional.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and I still haven't finished it yet, so I don't know if that's telling.
Oh God,
how much I've enjoyed the game.
You're cooked.
I like it, but yeah, it's not my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a Zelda game. Like, there's never been a bad Zelda game. Like, they may not be as of quality as one of the bigger Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild or Skyward Sword. I think that game's excellent. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those franchises where I don't think there's a bad one. Say what you will about Triforce Heroes. I don't think that game is necessarily bad. It was just weird.
Just kind of niche. I think it's fun.
Like, imagine putting like Triforce Heroes like on the phone and getting that to work. Like that could be a really interesting concept, So I don't know. Maybe it was just bad timing or,
It was a bad year. It was a bad year for the Wii U and 3DS.
Or put it on the Switch and make it free to play, and then you can have you could buy little cosmetics and stuff, something like that.
Make it free for Nintendo Switch Online users.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Could be good. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is now at 1.94 million units. I think this puts it past like the original Thousand Year Door.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's still behind Origami King, but I think it's doing well. I think it's doing really well. Mario Kart 8 sold 2.31 million units.
That's who doesn't have this game at this point?
God. I really don't know. Oh man, I think this was for like Q1 and Q2, so it's 2 quarters worth of sales.
And it's going to sell like another million at least for the holidays, especially with the packaging too. Like, God, man, this game is crazy.
Luigi's Mansion 2 is at 1.57 million units.
Good.
Notably missing is Emio and the NES World Championship, meaning that those games did not sell over a million in that time period.
That's surprising about NES Champ because it was only $30, right? Yeah, it was $30.
Yeah,
but it's also very kind of niche.
It's pretty niche.
I need to pick that back up and play it some more.
Yeah. I just remember seeing like the results and saying, "Oh wow, only 60,000 people have."
Yeah, that's true.
Played this,
and now it's probably like 10,000 maybe.
Yeah,
but great game, and oh man, and hopefully Emio sells more too. We don't know the exact number, of course, but that game is pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm. Hardware sales 2.63 million for this quarter, down compared to last year. Understandably, software sales are down. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom came out last year, so it's hard to compare to last year's sales data. Outside of all this stuff, Nintendo did have like an investors meeting, and they had a presentation that had some really cool stuff here. So I'm going to go through it. So let's see, between Mario Odyssey and Super Mario 3D World, 42 million units sold. Mario Kart 8, 64 million units. Between Super Mario Maker 2, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and Wonder, 41 million units. And then between the two Super Mario Party games, that's 34 million units. So Mario games are killing it. Animal Crossing's at 46 million, Smash 35. Between both 3D Zeldas, we're at 53 million units. And then between both of the Splatoons, that being Splatoon 2 and 3, we're at 26 million units. The Pokemon series,
so much money on the Switch. Like everything just sells. Like especially if it's like a known IP, it's just gonna sell.
It just does great. It just does great. And the Pokemon series on the Switch has sold 99 million units, and that's
insane.
Covering the Let's Go games, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, Arceus. So it's a lot.
Yep.
Outside of those like really well-performing franchises, they noted that there are a lot of series that are growing on the Switch compared to the Wii U or 3DS. So Pikmin, for example.
Oh yeah.
On the 3DS and Wii U, only sold 1.78 million. On the Switch, the series has sold 8 million.
That's good.
Which is crazy. Kirby, 5.62 on the 3DS and Wii U. On the Switch, 15 million.
God, I love to see it, man. Kirby's fun.
Yeah. Metroid, just shy of 1 million on the Wii U and 3DS. And that was just the 3DS.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Now it's at now it's at 5 million between, I think it's between what?
Prime
Dread
Remastered and Dread?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And then Xenoblade was at 1.4 million between the 3DS and the Wii U. Now it's at 7 million. So that's about like 2 million plus per mainline entry. That's really good.
That's awesome.
I'm sure they're super happy about that.
Yeah.
Let's see. They confirmed backwards compatibility on the Switch successor.
Very exciting.
And that includes physical games too. I know a lot of people said they specifically said software, so that means that it doesn't include like the physical games. It includes physical games.
We don't know if it's going to necessarily guarantee like a frame rate boost or like a power boost or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they'll announce that stuff at a later date, but hey, at least we got that. I mean, we kind of knew it was already. I mean, it's been kind of rumored for a very long time. So if you've been keeping up with that stuff, it was all but guaranteed essentially. But it's good to have it confirmed.
Yeah, good to have it confirmed. They confirmed that they're pretty much going to make the change from Switch to its successor as seamless as possible on the Nintendo account side. So that's good to know. I mean, it's great to know that we'll be able to take our libraries with us. This is like the first generation that
finally
actually has that like built into the ecosystem. So I think they're like really leaning into Nintendo Online. I mean, we've seen it the past few weeks with Alarmo.
Well, and they don't. I mean, they have what, like 120 million active like online accounts or something like that. Like there's no way that they want to split that up with some sort of new, login of information. You want to just keep it. You want to keep the same thing, just rolling over to the new console. So on one side, they want to make sure they don't lose customers, but also, it's time to get with the times, right? Like every other console manufacturer does that. Like there's no changing the username or anything like that. It's all seamless. So
no more starting from scratch.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to build up a library again. I'm excited. I'm excited for the next Switch because you come in with this library of games.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's, we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
The really Zelda movie will come before the end of 2020 it'll come before 2030. So it'll come within the next
6 years, I hope. God. We're probably not seeing this until like 2028 or something.
No, probably not.
That's all
right. Anything else special here?
No, I think that was everything that came out. I'm just gonna say Nintendo, like no other company does like this type of stuff. Like I don't know. I feel like I know everyone's kind of on edge about the Switch too, but like it is to the point where it's like, all right, come on, like just announce the damn thing.
Yeah, they've literally announced everything but the Switch 2 between the music app, Alarmo. I mean, I don't know what else they've even. I mean, they announced Xenoblade Chronicles X before the Switch 2. I mean, that's
insane.
That's crazy. They're going to put out Wind Waker and Twilight Princess before the Switch 2 comes out.
I bet they will. They'll probably have a January Direct. That's not gonna. They're gonna not gonna mention the Switch 2. Like that. That's gonna piss so many people off. Well, here's what's coming for the next 2 months. Zelda, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker.
Please look forward to this.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, dude, just like
Metro Prime 2 and 3 remastered.
Now that I'd be fine with.
I mean, yeah, of course. I'd also be fine with Zelda, but it's like, all right, come on, let's
get to it, because like I would rather Xenoblade Chronicles X come to the Switch too. Like I'd be willing to wait.
Yeah,
for that one. Same for Pokemon Legends, Zaw. I would love to wait for that one on the Switch too.
Yeah, I don't want to play that game on the Switch.
No,
I'm not going to.
I think it's gonna look doo doo on the Switch.
Arceus looked like absolute doo doo.
It was fun.
It was
but
great.
It looked bad. It did not look great.
It was a rough looking game. So
and like same for Metroid Prime 4. Like I would love to have that be a launch title.
I just don't think it's gonna run good on the Switch.
I don't know. It looked. I mean, the reveal looked great.
It looked great. It did look good.
We'll see.
I don't know.
That's Nintendo. We'll
find out. Yeah, that's Nintendo for you.
Yeah, nothing crazy announced. I mean, all of this was like expected in terms of backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
keeping your Nintendo Online account. I mean, that's kind of no-brainer stuff. But that being said, it's good to see it confirmed. You never know what Nintendo's going to do. So, good to see.
I mean, it sounds like, I mean, it's going to be. I don't want to say like safe, but it feels like they're not trying to do something insane like they typically do with their new console generations. They're keeping it safe. It's guaranteed to do well, and it's guaranteed to make them money. And a lot of people just want a more powerful Switch. And I think that's totally justifiable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the vision of Furukawa. He knows what he knows what does well. They're doing a good job of bringing back older franchises like Mario and Luigi, while also making great games in existing franchises that always do well. I mean, I feel like they're striking a really good balance. I'm down for the vision. I'm down for another console that isn't like this crazy leap out of the not super out of the ordinary, that kind of stuff. Like I'm excited for just a Switch 2 that's more powerful, runs better, more comfortable, better battery life.
Yeah. I mean, and at this point, I mean, what else? What else do people want? Like, I don't think people. I mean, it's still got motion controls for
like
a lot of. Yeah, I might. I don't know. Nintendo loves to watch you sleep. So, yeah. I mean, I don't. I don't really care for motion controls. I don't care for VR. I don't really care for AR. I just kind of want something more powerful.
Yeah. Agreed. Totally agreed.
Heck, I want Xbox and PlayStation to do a handheld hybrid thing. That would be insane.
I think Xbox will.
Yeah.
But I think it'll come too late.
I think next year. I think 2026. And I'm okay. Like, I know we talk shit about PlayStation Pro being $700, but like, I don't think I would hate the idea of paying $600 for like a hybrid.
Yeah. I mean, look at Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Those are $500, $600.
Yeah. So, exciting times. We'll know soon, or not.
2025 is right around the corner.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Only
This year
40
flew
days
by.
away. It did. It did.
Just flew by. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to wrap up the show. We appreciate everyone tuning in live. Appreciate everyone downloading and listening, streaming the show. If you can review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice, that would be greatly appreciated. You can always tune in live and ask us questions. We'll answer them. You can message the show. Have any questions you guys have, and then just follow us on TikTok, X, and wherever else we are.
Wherever you are, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.